Hello. I just wrote a Substack and I'll figure out how to link it below. But my Substack is called Let Yourself Be. And I'm just going to read what I wrote so I don't double up on anything. Okay. A strange title, I know. Recently, my husband and I had occasion to witness this dynamic with another couple very close to us. And I recognized it as the same dynamic we had been working with for a decade. It goes like this. Wife: I would love to buy a house. Husband: we would have to save up for a while. Wife: you never let me have what I want. Or, husband: you never want to go anywhere or do anything fun. Wife: what? We went out for dinner last week. Husband: we never do what I want. In the first scenario, the wife may be speaking from her adult desire to buy a house. If his first response does not match the enthusiasm which her inner child is feeling, his response is felt as a parental blockade of sorts. She feels vulnerable in expressing her desire because, as I will explore, the realm of childhood and desire cannot be without attending anxiety. All the messages about why she cannot have what she desires come roiling up just beneath the surface. In fact, they are present before she opens her mouth. In the second scenario, the husband has played the card of blame and pouting before the conversation has begun in response to the same internal condition she has arrived to scenario one with. He tries to manipulate the wife into his internal dialogue. I am not saying, of course, that wives and husbands tend to play one role over another. This is an equal opportunity game. The wife feels attacked, unjustly accused, as she is tracking the present, just as the husband in the first scenario is tracking the reality that they need to save up. One is in the past, the other in the present. The anatomy of the game. Number 1, childhood event of not getting needs or desires met. Number 2, attribution. Child concludes based on parental response and personal typology what the reason is for the unmet desire. So a 4 would be more likely to go into a victim role. A 1 would say, I'm not good enough. An 8 would say, my parents are assholes. The 9 says, they can't see me, I'm unworthy, I don't matter. The typology is based on, the response is so largely determined by typology, and there tends to be a division between internal and external attribution. It's my fault, it's their fault. Number 3, feelings about those reasons. Shame if self is the cause, anger if other is the cause. See a whole basket of possibilities. Number 4, attempt to circumvent or solve problem. A, tantrum. B, blame. C, manipulation. D, shutdown. E, etc., etc. This all gets played out in the relationship when the mere perception of lack of parental support is projected onto the partner. It's a setup, an opportunity to explore the pain of childhood, unmet need, deep waters, decades-long journey with many fine amusements along the way. A baby left unattended for even moments while a significant need has arisen is the reality for all of us. While attribution comes later, the hurt of unmet need has been sealed in the fear that wants will certainly not be met. If needs are not met, what about my desires? Though there are endless rabbit trails one could go down, I wish to put the spotlight on the way we project this primal anxiety onto our partners and heat it up a little. Sit in that hot seat. Pretend you present your deeply felt desire to your spouse. See them responding in the most negative way possible. Let yourself get caught up in the powerful feelings of neglect, your self-esteem careening down the gutter, the anger for your partner having maliciously hurled you there, the rage at the way your needs are treated with such a lack of respect, and on and on. Be as petty as you can. Truly, until you feel these feelings and go down this road with a degree of detachment, compassion, and trust in the process, you will not resolve your tendency to make your partner the object of your hurt and frustration nor will you be able to simply tend to present realities. One phrase I use is holding your partner accountable for the debts accrued during your childhood. You could also engage your partner in this exercise. Choose a ridiculous desire at first, one that you can both laugh at. For example, I want you to spread organic flour all over the floor and make a design with your feet. Or, I want you to imitate Walter Cronkite as you invite me to a nude quilting circle. Then your partner addresses a potential hurdle based in reality. We only have gluten-free flour, no organic, or I don't know who Walter Cronkite is. If you cannot muster any feelings to sit with, your desire needs to be a little closer to home. Please park closer to the latrines, or will you rub my feet? Feeling the feelings is like getting a wax mold approximation of your childhood container. The evidence from what happened lives in your physical, mental, and emotional bodies. It will stay there until released consciously, having come to clarity about what belonged to whom in those early years. Good hunting. Jeannie, oh, thank you. It's so good to see you. Thank you for letting me know you're there. Yeah, so marriage is, or just an intimate relationship is the breeding ground for all of the plants to spring up from the childhood of, whatever went wrong. It's this deeply trusting relationship. The bags of all kinds of stuff just come into that. I call it the ship of a relationship. And if you're just friends, well, you're not going to hold your friend accountable for these things. But if you're partners, then you do. So I just want to encourage you that if really intense feelings are coming up, which they are likely with the current astrology, the solar flares, um, I jokingly say Three Eye Atlas, but I really do think it's having an effect. It was going through Chiron not too long ago, the wounded healer, and we had a few blowouts for sure. But anyway, when those really intense feelings come away, don't push them away. Don't say there's something wrong with me or there's something wrong with my partner because they're not joining in with this drama, or they're probably getting triggered by their own stuff. So when that comes up, sit with it, give it time to expand, explore it, get curious about it. And the first thing to do is just to take a deep breath. The second thing to do is to observe where is it sitting in your body. And then become curious about the texture, the color, the energy. Sometimes visual images come up that can be very useful, but try not to go too visual. I tend to do that. Stay with the sensation. And what you're doing is you're giving your inner child this message. I'm listening. I care. And as I've said so many times, this comes from the Ridwan school, it's not the content of experience that's the priority, it's the quality of attention that you're bringing to it. So when you sit and you really listen to, okay, what am I feeling? How am I triggered? And let yourself go into that whole Byron Katie thing of what should they be doing for me? And sometimes the turnaround is what you need to do. Okay, this is what I need to be doing for myself. But in a more tender in between place is, oh, this is a reflection of what I didn't get. This is a reflection of the inherent deficiencies I feel that I have based on my typology, my numerology, my astrology. And take responsibility for it, but be kind to yourself about it. Because all of those things live there in your body, waiting to be tapped by a trigger. Just imagine a cop car putting its lights on behind you. Immediately, you're going to know what your issues are with disapproval, authority figures, punishment, consequences. Thank God it hasn't happened to me recently, um, but anyway, that's just evidence that all that stuff is just sitting right there. So with the intensity of these times, it really is an opportunity and this is what's called doing our work, paying attention to what's there. And if your partner is going into something and getting really escalated, Hold space for them and say, rather than going into a counter trigger of, oh, I'm inadequate, or being defensive, well, like you're more based in reality maybe, and saying, well, I didn't turn the stove on because you didn't tell me to. Hold space for them. And you can say, take a deep breath. Where are you feeling this in your body? Describe the sensations to me. What is this bringing up for you? What are the messages that you're hearing? What do you need me to say to you? What do you need to hear? What do you need to hear from me? What do you need to hear from yourself or from another? So, there you have it. I feel inclined to do a card spread, but this isn't that channel. And I have somewhere to be in a little while. But anyway, I will, let's see if I can put a link in here, letyourselfbe.substack.com. That's my Substack. Hopefully that will be a link. Anyway, have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Pass this on if you think it could be helpful to somebody. Okay, bye.